You see, I titled the video Growing Up Ugly. And let's just talk about my childhood. So, in elementary, preschool, I was just completely normal. I was actually above normal kid. I was actually smarter. I won awards and honor rolls and all that stuff. And I was actually a cute kid. I was a cute kid. And then I got into middle school. And then I got into high school. And then that's when the hormones started hitting in. And then that's when my face actually started changing, discoloration, acne, um, all that terrible stuff. And I didn't know what's wrong with my skin. I started getting bullied a lot for being an ugly person or whatever that is. Right? As an adult, I look back, I'm like, this is like absolutely stupid. Like, if I had a child that's being bullied like that, I would destroy the school or pull them out and homeschool, because that's how bad the bullying was. People, the whole entire class would chant nasty things. They would draw nasty pictures. What else? They would take. I mean, it just got to a point where like the class, I'm saying that they would actually dedicate time to attacking me, and it's just ridiculous, because if I went a day, one day without the class dedicating time to trying to hurt me, right? Then I'll be happy for that day. That's how bad it was. Okay, so middle school, that happened. It affected my learning. I actually became below average. High school, same thing. Basically, sometimes they were to hit me, kick my stuff, knock my stuff off. I remember one time a kid actually was calling me an ape, and then he hit me with a table because I was sitting on one side of the table, he was sitting on the other side of the table. I don't remember why we were at that specific table, because it was in the back of the class. And so I don't know why, but I remember that we were both sitting on the opposite ends. And then like he started shoving the table into my chest. I'm a short person, by the way. And so that's what he started doing, and then it was hurting, and then I started crying. And then he ended up going to, I don't know. I think that he got suspended for shoving the table into me and then calling me, racist names. But so that's what happened. That's one incident. People kicked my stuff. A kid went up, he scratched my arm, I started bleeding. And so, yeah, some people might be looking at this video and they're asking, well, why did they do all that stuff to you? Like, what did you do to them? You must have obviously clearly done something to all of them, right? No, I didn't, actually. I didn't do a single thing, right? And it was actually hard during my whole entire time in school. It was actually hard to ever really connect with someone. And I guess I connect with someone like middle school, I wanted friends, right? And then it's like high school, I kind of didn't want friends anymore, because I'm like, F it. I mean, I did have a few people that I actually talked to sometimes, right? But that was usually short lived. So maybe have some chicks I hang out with maybe a year, and then like next thing you know, I started, and when I felt really bad, I just went to a group of black people, black kids, right? And I just sat in a group of black kids because they were always open and they were always welcoming. So that's what I did. And that's not really, like, some people may go, okay, so maybe that's like racist. No, it's not really racist. It's just the fact that I was accepted there. I was accepted there, and people was like, hello, hi, and then have conversation with me sometimes. So it wasn't really lonely as it was in middle school. Wasn't really. But overall, it was still lonely, because it's like, well, if you have friends this year and you have nobody next year and the next year, then it's like, what are you gonna do? You see what I mean? It's like there's nobody to talk to. So what else? Dating was also really hard, because as a kid, like, you're supposed to kind of learn how to deal with people, and deal with people and learn how to, climb the ropes. Well, dating was really freaking hard because I realized that I didn't actually have a crush on a person until they had a crush on me. So let's just say that if this kid actually had a crush on me, then of course my little kid brain is gonna go, well, then it's okay because I'm not gonna be bullied, and so maybe I could just be nicer or whatever. Not nicer, but maybe it's okay to think about the other kid, right? Maybe it will be okay, but but mm-mm. It's just that as a kid, like I realized that I didn't actually want the other kid to be made fun of because they actually had a crush on me, and so I always kept it inside, all the time, kept it all inside, and that's actually kind of bad because like when it comes to it, as an adult, I'm a noob at relationships. I only had one relationship with one guy, and he was ridiculous. Like he wasn't anything cream on the crop. He was nothing, right? Nothing. And I kind of regret that because I kind of feel that, I mean, kind of, I do regret it because I feel that it would be better if I just stayed single. Yeah, dating nobody is better than dating a person that was disrespectful. Um, but hey, like, how am I supposed to know that if I am a noob at relationships? So that's me growing up. Now, here's something. I'm going to tell you a story about other girls that were picked on for being ugly or whatever kind of stuff. There's this one chick that's ugly. Well, she was picked on for being ugly, but I think that she had developmental issues, so that's not fair to talk about her. So let's move on to another chick that was called ugly. What happened to her? She she did much better than me actually. She did much better than me. Instead of saying, "Hey, forget you guys, forget the whole entire school. I don't want to become friends with you guys. I'm gonna wear heavy eyeliner. I'm just gonna sit by myself." Instead of being like me, she's like, I'm gonna still try. I'm gonna hang out with this person over here. I'm gonna hang out with this person over there. I'm gonna make friends, right? And I noticed growing up, it's like that's what she did. Um, and other people who were also like outcasts. Like there's this couple right in college that I met. They're also outcasts. They also had a lot of problems in school. They are just completely normal. They're the same way. They're social. They talk to other people. They have friends, and so that is their life. For me, I just stay to myself. It's like to this very day I just stay to myself because it just feels like better. Maybe it's because my brain was actually programmed to think one way instead of thinking like, not one way, but you know what I mean, kind of programmed to say, hey, people, no. People equals no. And I actually had a hard time with that, like when I was like kind of out of high school. Let's just say I'm walking past somebody and then they laugh and then I get nervous. Yes, it was really that bad. And I stayed in my house as a recluse because I had a hard time actually being around other people. Um now as a person that's like older, I don't want to stay in my house all the time because it never actually made me feel happy because it's like, it feels like I need to work. It feels like I need to learn. It feels like I need to do something in order to, make me more valuable to society. That's what it feels like I need to do. Like sitting around and doing nothing, that's not going to freaking help me. Like, no lie. Well, yeah, I still am sad a lot of times, but hey, um, what is that gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. So what I did was I got me a dog. I got a guinea pig to kind of help me out in this situation. Um, I don't actually talk to anybody right now. I don't have any friends still. I don't actually think I want friends. And yeah, I don't think I actually want friends. Um, Because people have asked me before, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I say, yeah, no. I'm completely like, I just pretend to be completely uninterested in what they're saying. Because I don't actually want to develop a connection. Now, like, for example, there's this person who needed my help. She's a nice person. I helped this person my best way possible for them to pass the class, and then they pass the class, and they're like, "Hey, I want to add you to my Facebook. I want to, keep in contact with you." I'm like, no, no, and I feel like an a-hole, but and I just tell them straight up, I don't have any friends. I don't want friends. You know what I mean? Um, um. So dating is still non-existent. As I told you, I had a boyfriend a long time ago, and it's pretty much non-existent to this very day. Like, just dating, absolutely no. Uh, and so are there any guys that are interested in me? Well, I mean, there might be a couple guys that are interested in me, but what does it matter if they never approach me? What does it matter if they're in a relationship? You see what I mean? Some type of like drama crap that's going on that could happen. So what does it matter? So where would I be like in the future? And I'm not reading anything by the way, even though I keep looking away every time I think, but I'm not really. So where will I be in the future? Hopefully I want to be in the future with kids and a husband, right? Hopefully in the future in a house or something, taking care of them. Maybe in a town, not a city, but a town. That's what I want to be in the future. Although I'm still freaking ugly, pretty much growing up ugly, that's what I want to do, right? And I just hope that I'm able to be smart enough to help other people at the same time. Because I'm an engineer. I want to be an engineer. So I hope I'm smart enough to provide and to create. I already know how to create, but just to implement my ideas into reality. If that makes any sense.